The conspirators had got rid of a foreigner and had achieved absolutely nothing other than making them look like a bunch of cruel, cold-hearted bastards. It's like the Tories' attempts to try and fly folk off to Rwanda. Mary, she was able to re-enter Edinburgh just 9 days after the murder of David Rizzio under an army of 4,000 men that were led by James Hepburn, the Earl of Bothwell. Now, Bothwell was the roughest of rough diamonds. We're talking diamond white fucking rough here. He was a notorious adventurer, which basically meant he had been on a few shagging tours of Europe, engaging in scandalous liaisons wherever he went. He was still wanted by the royal courts of Magaluf on account of his exploits over there. But Bothwell was fiercely loyal to the Queen and had been fiercely loyal to the Queen Regent, Mary's mother, Marie de Guise, during the religious rebellions of 1559-60. He wasn't Catholic, Bothwell was Protestant, but what he was anti-English. In fact, what he really was he was fucking annoying. He was an annoying sexual predator. He would have been perfect for Love Island. He had been a constant thorn in the sides of the lords of the congregation during the Reformation, and James Stuart, the Earl of Murray, was his greatest enemy and rival. At the height of his influence in Scotland, Murray actually had Bothwell locked up in Edinburgh Castle. He was said to have made a daring escape by escaping out of his window and climbing down the castle rock face, although it's far more likely that he actually just bribed the guard or agreed to pay the entrance fee. I mean, it amounts to the same thing. He was still quite happy for everyone to believe that it was more dangerous than it actually was. You know, it was like when Boris pretended that he had COVID. Bothwell, he escaped to the continent, but when Mary dropped her pro-English policies, she thought it'd be a good idea to have him around, so she encouraged him to return. He returned back on the scene just before the marriage to Darnley, and he was made Chief Lieutenant of the Royal Forces in Scotland, narrowly pipping Carrie Symonds to the position. He married Lady Jean Gordon, who was a sister of another one of Mary's most loyal nobles, George Gordon, the Earl of Huntly, and he had been instrumental in putting down the Chaseabout raids and had been the first of the nobles to come to Mary's assistance when her and Darnley had escaped from Holyrood to Dunbar after the murder of David Rizzio.